Find out what's going on. Get involved. Change things from the inside. Make a difference. Take pride. Multicultural at its best. The Luisa Marshall Show. Coming up.
Today, all new Simply the Best. Get inspired. Best-selling author, international speaker, entrepreneur, confidence coach, world traveler, Juliet Torcelino-van Ruyven. Her best-selling book, A Tale of Juliet, You Have the Power to Change Your Life, tells a remarkable story of courage, hope, and determination, highlighting her struggles from poverty to prosperity, her heartbreak to a fairy tale wedding, her move to Canada to becoming an entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker, with her life mission to inspire others that everything is possible. A few years ago, Juliet was diagnosed with cancer, and at the same time, her marriage also hit rock bottom. Earlier last year, she spent 5 months on her farm in Batangas, Philippines, during the COVID lockdown without Ted and her daughters. Today, Juliet is healthy and happy with her 33 years marriage with her husband Ted. They share their falling out of love and falling in love again.
Also fell in love with someone else, and he was serving me divorce.
Get ready to be inspired. All these coming up. Hello, hello, hello. Happy, happy, happy. We have a great show for you all. To spread lots of love today, here's my good friend, Juliet Torcelino-van Ruyven. Wow! Hello, Juliet! How are you? Welcome to Simply the Best. And how are you during this COVID time?
Oh, I'm really making the most of it, Luisa. Thank you very much, first of all, for the opportunity to share with you and for reaching out with me. And hopefully we could inspire our audience with our message, whatever we will come up with today, okay? We're just going to be simply the best of ourselves, right?
Well, you are here because you are simply the best. You are. Juliet, remember, the first time we met was 2009.
Oh, my Lord.
I think so. Yeah, 2009. And so if I have to calculate, let me see my math, my senior brain doesn't work that well anymore.
11 years, my dear.
11 or 12.
Really? Oh my God.
It's 2021 now. 2021. Yeah. And I remember it was July. So that was at the Red Robinson Theater after my performance as Tina Turner. Do you remember that? You don't remember.
That's when my husband fell in love with you. He's a Tina Turner fan. That's
I know you told me that. You told me that. Oh, my husband's a Tina Turner fan. But anyway, Juliet, you just don't know the smile on my face when you gave me your book, The Tale of Juliet. You have the power to change your life. Oh my gosh, and I couldn't believe. Look, I have it. After all
you get the hardbound. Oh wow.
I have it.
Amazing.
Yes, and this is crazy. And I still have the sticky notes there. You see the sticky notes?
And you even read that. It's amazing you have a good memory, excellent memory. That's why.
Yeah, but you know, when you gave me this book, this is a best-selling book, and it's about your remarkable story from poverty to prosperity. Oh my goodness. It has impacted many people and still continues to inspire little brown girls like you and me, what we used to be, and I think we still are. We still are little brown girls back in the Philippines. I'm getting to the point that we have a different world now. you have 10 years ago or 12 years ago when you wrote this book, we have a different world now. It's growing so fast. So it's so much technology, attitudes, perspective, views, beliefs, and mindsets have been compromised by ambition, greed, politics. Are you the same Juliet in this book?
Oh my God, it's the same Juliet and much, much more. I've been into a roller coaster ride after I've written that book, really.
You know what? I read in the book, wow, it really felt so real to me that I completely related to it. And that was your heartbreak. All the sadness, all the deep emotions, not knowing what went wrong is the worst. But you bounced back and met the love of your life when you least expected. So you met your husband, Ted, in Yemen in 1985. Was it love at first sight, or how did that spark happen?
Oh, it wasn't really love at first sight. And to make a little more spice to this story is I was brought to Yemen, Luisa, because I was running away from a broken heart. I didn't know it at that time because I have this good-looking guy that I thought he was the guy for me. We were boyfriends and girlfriends. This is back in the Philippines for 3 years, and then all of a sudden our relationship fell apart. And I thought it was the end of the world for me. And then at the same time, my employment in the Philippines was I was being demoted. I don't know why, but I was being transferred from a director's office to just a regular department. And so I said, maybe it's time for change. And I was reading this National Geographic, and I said, gee, Yemen, there was an opportunity to go to Yemen. And then, oh my God, I said, maybe I should go to Yemen. And then when I read about it, it's one of the impoverished country in the world, and said, what the heck am I doing there? And so little did I know that, yes, Luisa, that's where I met my Prince Charming. It wasn't love at first sight. We met, I think I mentioned the 1985, but really, as I arrived there, I already saw him, but he was going out with someone else. So I'm not interested at all. I'm still healing my broken heart. But my second time in Yemen, this is where we met, and then yes, it was a quick love story. Like first few days, and he's inviting me to Holland. It's just because he's on rotation, and he happened to be going to Holland, and he's kind of serious. He wanted to introduce me to his parents right away, and I got scared. But that's the way of knowing him more. So that's how it really get one thing to another. And then before I knew it, he was writing my parents. They said, "Oh yeah, sure. If it's follow your heart. If you think this is the guy for you." But I prayed so hard, Luisa, if this is really the guy for me. But because in my mind said, I don't want to be hurt again. And I don't know this guy. And the details you read in the book, right? He was married before, and I thought maybe he's a fake, And why did they break up? Why did they get divorced? I don't know. So I have to really get to know him. But meeting his parents was the number one step. That I think the best thing that ever happened is because I really scrutinized the family, and I even asked a friend who is a priest from Belgium to come over to Holland and to meet his family. So my parents were agreed and gave my blessings, and I think within a year of knowing each other, we were married.
When you meet other people and they see you're with your husband and this tiny little girl with this very tall Dutch person, in Canada. So do you see them glaring, some of them?
In fact, here in our neighborhood in White Rock, I was sometimes walking alone, right? And then this lady, I thought she's being very nice to me. She invited me inside her home. And she said, she's telling me all these stories. And then all of a sudden, she dropped a bombshell on me. And she said, by the way, how much do you charge? She thought I was a cleaning lady. So
are you serious?
Oh yeah. This is for real here. And so when I'm with my husband, of course, sometimes I could feel that. Oh yeah, I wrote that in the book. In fact, I own a business here in Canada, and they think that I'm the janitor in this digital printing company that I formed, because this lady said, "Can you make sure this goes to the give this to the owner?" Even in the Philippines, my dear Luisa. So we are walking, and it's in the book too, I think. Or if I get invited to speak, I always say this. We're judging all these people, but you know what? We're judgmental too as Filipinos. When they see me and my husband, like I'm become invisible. He says, "Good morning, sir. Hi, may I help you, sir?"
In the Philippines.
Oh yeah. I said, "Oh, what happened to mom?" I said, "Oh, good morning, mom."
Wow.
So as I said, I'm making it a joke. I said, "Well, it's good to be married to a foreigner because I turn to be invisible." I love it. They don't see me.
You know what? That will be another book. We'll be back for more Juliet inspiration. Don't go away. The tale of Juliet continues as Juliet lives a full life of gratitude, abundance, and purpose. You posted one time, I think, play, love, and appreciate the inner child inside you. So what type of activities do you do with Teddy, with your husband?
Interestingly, during this COVID, we go hiking a lot. We do hiking, and sometimes we recorded 10 steps a day. And we go around White Rock, South Surrey. You'll see us all over the place here. And I'm also aware about the footprints that we're living here in this world. So we walk a lot to buy our groceries, except we wanted to go to Costco sometimes or some other shops, less consumerism for us. And the inner child in me, like, I think my husband is so used to me. I see a little swing around the neighborhood. I just sit there and I swing, because I think what it is, Luisa, is I was deprived of my childhood. I worked so hard when I was young, so now I'm reliving those moments that I missed when I was a child. So I will always have that little child in me, that wanting to play. We really, aside from my lockdown in the Philippines for like 4 months, but that's purposeful. But I didn't know it's going to be 4 months.
You went back to, is it Batangas? Was that?
Yes, Batangas.
Batangas to help your mother.
Having lived in Canada for 33 years, and I survived that for 4 months again. And I came back here, and you know what happened is, Luisa, is deep gratitude inside me. Even the local people think I am crazy and I'm out of my mind, even my own family. I went straight to the farmhouse, which is old dilapidated house, no roof, but I had it renovated very, very simply. And there's no ceiling. Well, no, there's ceiling. There's a roof, but there's no ceiling. And you know how hot it is there, like 38 degrees. And I slept on this house for 4 months. So there's no running water. There's no flush toilet. There's a story behind that. This is where I grew up, in that place. Part of that property used to be owned by my grandma, and we lost it on foreclosure. And it was very painful. It's 44 years. And when I had a little money saved up, and I said, well, you know what? Instead of, this is for my retirement, right? Save up for retirement. I would invest on this land. I think it's more when you think about it, it's not a good business sense because I'm not there. My brothers and sisters, they're not interested. That's left behind in the Philippines. They're not interested to be in the farm. They were so happy to get out of that farm, right? And now all of a sudden, big sister fell in love with this farm, and she wanted to buy it back again. And I don't have any experience on farming, because really I just look at YouTube, and that's all I know. So I always ask my cousin next door, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I read a lot, of course, on YouTube. It's very helpful. So I turned this used to be sugarcane farm into I wanted now apply permaculture on this farm. So the first time in my life that I said, well, I'm gonna be here for a while. I don't know how long. I might as well keep planting. And one of the things that I planted is myself, and I look after it myself. not the workers, is the sunflower. So I was so, this is to surprise my mom for Mother's Day. And it's just a smile on my mother's face every time she visits the farm. It is more than worth it. Instead of saving up that money, TFSA, I withdrew all my and invest it on the farm. So why wait? Just now. And I planted trees. In fact, my husband, I can sense we FaceTime every day, but I know it's gonna take me a while to be in Manila. It says in the farm. It says, "Well, honey, when are you coming home?" I said, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna go home only because I could sense he's getting bored here in Canada. Imagine alone in our house, like alone, and then there's lockdown, and like he's bored, right? He's missing me. I know that.
It's the worst time for you to leave. To leave your husband alone during COVID time. Oh my goodness."
And so while I'm planting in the Philippines, I told him, "Hey, you know what, honey? If you can grow vegetables at home in pots, I would go home." And so because I'm so used to foraging here, every time I want to eat, I go moringa, I go what are those root crops, cassava, and I make that as my viand. And so I said, well, I'm so used to foraging outside and then to farm to table. So can you please plant something there?
Amazing. And I think he did.
Just to keep him busy. I'm trying to coach him. I miss him so much. I miss the convenience at home, but I'm playing tough for him because I think he's gonna go bananas, So I'm encouraging him, but he didn't know that I was encouraging him. He thought that I was bossing him around.
Long time no see, Tina.
I know. What did you do to celebrate Valentine's Day during this COVID time?
What did I do? Well,
both of you.
I made a very special breakfast, eggs and beans and toast and, of course,
bacon. Yeah, he woke me up. "Hi, darling, happy Valentine's. Breakfast is ready." He does that a lot. Like this guy is really the best guy for me.
Yeah.
Because he could put up with
my wife. She works late into the night, and then of course I'm going to sleep.
Oh, it's the same thing with Steve. You're not alone.
See, honey, you're not alone.
You've been married for 33 years, and your wedding anniversary, 34th wedding anniversary, is coming up. April.
Yeah, in April. But
congratulations.
Been through a lot. Yeah. Thank you. We've been through a lot. It wasn't a smooth sailing. It was a roller coaster ride. I'm putting on the.
Right.
I'm putting, and then I think that's what makes it sweeter. But for those viewers there, it wasn't always like this for us. What happened is we neglected and we disconnected. I was so busy. This is a two-way sword. This is the tale of Juliet. I became obsessed and passionate about it, and I forgot it. I am running at the same time. I was running 2 businesses here in Canada, and accepting all the speaking engagements. So I'm not home a lot, and so it took a stock on our marriage. And also our first priority as the kids were growing up are our kids. Fast forward after I was being awarded People of the Year. It was my birthday, right? What I expect, Luisa, is an email or a call from my husband. Hey, technology. This was 2005. He did not congratulate me. He did not greet me happy birthday. Luisa, I was in tears. So what I'm saying is, I've neglected my husband. I think that was the start, and then a few years later I fell in love with someone else. Of course your husband doesn't connect with you anymore, neglect you, and I feel a fake I was inspiring all these people. I was awarded People of the Year for spreading inspiration with, there's a big book. A few years later, I was diagnosed also with cancer. So everything got shattered in my life. And I thought, and then one day, this is all quick. My husband also fell in love with someone else, and he was serving me divorce. What really saved our marriage? I asked him that.
Oh, well, I know what, just going basically back to my roots and finding my, getting back to common sense and realizing how I neglected you and not appreciating you for what you do and what you've done.
You guys seem like you're really having a blast right now. So,
well, that's the thing. I mean, when I look back and I said, geez, we've had so many great times and the stuff we've done together and everything we've gone through, it's pretty unique. So we and to be still together, it's pretty unique too, because the rate of divorce is, right? What is it, 50%?
Luisa, this tiny little this ring, I took it off. Like, I think I didn't have my wedding ring for a long time. I said, from now on, okay, we can live together, but I'm your girlfriend. I'm not your wife. You much better when you're a girlfriend sometimes. So okay, so Inay is helping Ted harvest, Ted is helping Inay harvest the papaya.
Wow, inspiring Iguazu Falls. Have a look. It's so unbelievable. So beautiful.
and during this pandemic, what is the most important lesson that you guys learned?
Kept pretty active. We communicated much better. We communicated daily basis, I think, and we kept active, each in our own way. JHET was tending the farm. I was exploring my own city here, which, I must have traveled every road in White Rock in those days. And read a lot. And I've started volunteering maybe a couple of years ago, and I was doing it a little bit more before the COVID. Now I'm still, we're still doing it. I do it a couple of days a week, and it gives me a sense of purpose.
But we're so blessed, right? So, gosh, how could you not be in gratitude? We're not in the hospital. We're in good health, knock on wood. We have our children. We miss them so much, but we're there with their love of their life, and then we keep in touch, of course, regularly. And Ted's, he was married before. He's got a son and 4 kids here. The only thing recently, we don't see them often, or we don't see them at all in the last few weeks now. Mm-hmm. So we're very, very grateful. And, abundance, Luisa, anything outside that poverty that I experienced in the Philippines is abundance. Yeah, every day, I think, is a purpose. Like, I so admire you, because in the world of permaculture, it says earth care, people care, and fair share. It was a coined word, permaculture, and before it was only for agriculture. But really, you can apply it in any aspect of your life. And what you're doing, Luisa, you're practicing permaculture. Why? Because you're sharing your gifts and talents, your family, your gifts and talents to the world, to make them smile, to make them happy, to boost their, boosting immune system. I love it when you dance and see you, and admit it, we are not young anymore. And my God, how you rock that stage. You are amazing.
So let me ask, do you have any favorite love song? Is there any love song that you always like to dance to?
Oh, yes, of course.
What is it?
It's Willie Nelson and Julio Iglesias, I think.
What is it? What is the song?
What is the song?
You know what it is? To all the girls I love
Before.
And I will say, to all the boys I loved before. What's the meaning?
Oh my gosh.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Thank you so much. I learned a lot from you guys. I'm kind of teary-eyed listening to your story. Oh my goodness. But Ted, I'm sure you're very, very proud of your wife, Juliet, and
Yeah,
the whole community is always cheering for Juliet. She's such a brave, wonderful, kind, and grateful soul. And Juliet, you do what you love and love what you do. That's why I admire you so much. You are such an inspiration to all of us. So thank you so much for sharing your astounding story. And Ted, thank you so much for joining us. No, really.
It's my pleasure, and it was great talking to you, and I hope to see you perform again soon.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, we're going to see you soon. Mwah.
Thank you so much. Deep gratitude.
Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy the show. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please don't drink and drive, don't text and drive, always be kind. Let's stop bullies and the coronavirus. Please wash your hands, wear a mask, stay safe. See you next week. Bye-bye.